down on the Green River, going through there with some canoes, and the trip with a bunch of kids out of college in Colorado. He's got a family crisis, an emergency. He needs to get out back home. So he called us early this morning, and we've made arrangements doing an emergency extraction of him from down here at Hajo Canyon. We've turned onto the Debicki Well Road. We're headed out here, and we're going to pick up another trail off to the left, take us all the way out to Spring Canyon Point. Spring Canyon will drop off the cliff edge and down through the switchbacks into the bottom, where we'll then trace our way along upstream of the Green River. Twists and turns, just like, I love that section. It's like driving in the bottom of the Grand Canyon with the river right next to you, you know? Okay. So we're here getting ready to go down into the canyon here. We're at Spring Canyon Point. We've got a guy down there. He called you early this morning, right?
Yep, early in the morning.
It was still black when you called me.
Uh-huh.
And what was it he wanted?
Well, he has some sort of family emergency. He's doing some sort of river rafting, canoeing trip on the river right now. And he needs to get off the river. The best place to get him off the river is Hajo Canyon. It runs right next to the river. It's very beautiful and scenic. But we can extract him there and get him to his family where he's needed.
Now, we're going to take 2 Jeeps down there because this canyon gets really tight and narrow. It runs right on the edge of the river. There could be some places where we might get stuck and have to pull the other Jeep out of there. Let's get down there and see if we can find this guy.
Okay.
Hajo Canyon, here we come. Well, here we are. We've caught up with our group. We're going to extract one of them out and take them home.
I'm Bob Strinda.
There's Bob right there. Hello, Bob.
Hi.
I'm Dan Mick.
Good. We talked.
My son Richard, you talked earlier too.
Hello. Hello.
I don't know how you got a cell signal out from where you were at.
I don't either, but it worked.
Yeah.
So how happy are you that these trails aren't closed down and that we can come out here and help you?
Well, I'm obviously happy. This was the furthest place upstream. It meant about twice as long a paddle today as these guys are used to doing, and it really is could literally be a lifesaver in terms of getting this guy out of here and back to his family who needs him right now. And so it's pretty important to have some kind of access.
We got out of that okay. You ever seen such a little rocky, rubbly trail?
Yeah, last time I did the trail.
There's a lot of this rock, folks. You see it just falls down in the trail all along here. We've been sliding over and off rocks and up and over. You ever seen such a brushy trail?
Yeah, last time I did the trail.
So tell me, once you put these big tires on a Jeep, what happens to the steering?
Well, between lockers and big tires, they kill the steering. Your OE production steering components, they just don't last. They don't hang. They just can't do it. They can't do the job. We build a cylinder assist systems. We've done it since, well, I've done it since 1986. But it is almost definitely something you have to have if you've got a locked front end and you've got good traction, because basically these things will bind up on this good traction out here.
So tell us how the ram system works here.
We add an additional steering cylinder onto the system. So we've taken the production OE steering gear and we modify it. We actually go in and modify the spool valve so we can flow more volume through it. And then we divide the circuits. So you've got your standard circuits that's operating your steering gear, and then the second circuit's going down to operate the steering cylinder. And basically you're adding between 1,400 and 1,800 pounds more turning force onto the front end. Plus, the way you mount these down here, you're actually putting that force directly in line to where the load is. If you drop a tire down, your passenger tire down into a hole, your drag link's straight up and down. And that steering gear no longer turns it. All it does is push the rear front end up and down. But with this cylinder on there, it's going to turn that. It's going to allow you to get out of there and turn it.
Well, the other thing is with that cylinder, you can see it's attached right on the axle and straight across, so it takes a lot of the pressure off of all the other steering components above it.
Yes, it does.
Now, for the new four-door JKs, you sell a complete kit, which comes with the reservoir,
Yes,
mounting brackets, hoses,
pump.
and a gearbox, the whole
Yes,
works.
everything.
And the ram.
And if you got a production OE axle, it's completely 100% bolt-on.
So it's pretty cool. This will get your steering back in line.
It does, it does. I mean, we're out here steering one hand all day long.
Well, Tom, it's been a blast to have you talk about it a
All
little
right.
bit. Good to have you on the trail with the Mick family.
This is a beautiful Monday. A heck of a work day.
Shh, don't tell people we're working. Well, folks, it's going to be another great day out on the trails today. Today we're out with Chrysler Corporation. They're going to be testing some of these vehicles out on the Moab trails. You know, it doesn't say trail rated on the fender till it's passed the Moab test. Let's go have some fun. We're cruising around out here. Got some of the Jeep Corporation guys here with a bunch of stock vehicles, and they're all employees that work in engineering and such. They're not allowed to talk to us on camera, which is understandable. And so we're just going to cruise around and have a good time today. You know, they come out here all the time to prove these vehicles are capable, and they pass the Moab test. They get the Moab test under the belt, they're trail rated. That's a good thing.
Today I'm at Funtrex. This is the Colorado-based company that publishes all these great trail books that you get to use while you're out on the trails. These are books that Dan and I use to produce these videos that you're watching. We use them as references for the work that we're doing. We're here today to learn more about Funtrex, and we're going to take a few minutes to talk with Matt.
How you doing,
How you
Tom?
doing? Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thanks for stopping by.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Funtrex. What's the company all about?
All right. Well, what we are is we're a company that's based on adventure. We do what the typical person wants to do. We go out and find the great views, the fun trails, the great camp spots, things like that. We produce any kind of trail information into books, data cards, waterproof maps, things like that.
Who's using your books? What kind of customer?
It's a good question. We are trying to attempt to put everybody in one big group. Everybody from a dirt bike, ATV, to a hardcore off-roader, to the casual person who just has an SUV with an all-wheel drive vehicle and they want to go out and see something. We're trying to combine all that together. We're really for motorized vehicles getting out into the forest.
There's a whole bunch of trails out there.
Yes, there are.
There's probably more than you could possibly choose.
That's true.
How many are in a typical book?
Okay, so what we do is we break it down to the best trails out there. We do not map areas. That's something to be very clear about. We have gone to areas and found the best trails. We're not trying to waste your time. We want you to see the best stuff right off the top. So in a book, we'll typically have about 100 trails, and those trails will include GPS directions, waypoints, mileage, pictures showing you not only the beautiful views, but everything from what you'll encounter as far as an obstacle or the hardest part of the trail. We also put in a little bit of historical stuff.
Now, are you telling me that you actually drive every trail that's in this book?
We do. That's kind of our claim to fame here. Everything that we produce has been made by us. Our track logs are made by our vehicles and our scouts. Everything from the book to the data card has been made by us.
Tell me a little bit about the format of this book. This looks like it's real short, concise, to the point kind of listings. I like the small format. What is there a story behind this?
Yeah, it's taken 14 years to get this format right here. We started off with books being just regular bound and found a lot of requests to have books spiral bound. People like to lay them flat and heavier duty covers.
Oh, like lay it on top of the dash.
There we go, yep. And
Okay.
on our website, you'll see a bunch of stuff about what's in our books and how to use them. Typically, our books are just what you need. Everything from what vehicle to drive, how to get there, what you're going to see, the ratings. We do very simple ratings, easy, moderate, and difficult for every vehicle. And we'll typically tell you not just that it's easy, we'll tell you why it's easy or why it's difficult. We'll go into great detail about how a certain vehicle will work on a trail. And we'll also include mileage and directions through the trail. And then we also have waypoints that match with the maps on the book that are being custom made.
Years ago, I had the opportunity to work with Chuck Wells on the Northern California book when it first came out.
Yep.
We worked the Gold Lake area, doing Snake Lake Trail, those kinds of things.
Beautiful trail.
It's a great area. I remember some of the work, emphasis on work that we went through there, and I'm sure that people, when they're looking at these things, think you have one of the most glamorous jobs in the world.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not so. Tell us a little bit about what really goes into producing one of these books behind the scenes.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Charles Wells, who you're with, is the owner, and he's still an author of the book. He's still very actively involved. Typically, what happens on a trail is we will have one person collecting information, GPS track logs, directions, making sure we've got the route figured out. Then we'll have somebody taking pictures. And then we'll come back to the office and we'll do the not so glamorous part of spending months in compiling all the information, figuring out where the photos go, figuring out what the terrain was like, trying to describe stuff based on what was seen and what is recorded on. Then we'll also work with forest departments, BLM, local clubs to try and find out if we've got names right, if we've got trails right, just to make sure everything is as accurate as it can be.
Access points, staging, all of that kind of thing?
That's true. And typically our books can last a long time because we do so much thorough work at the beginning trying to make sure everything is correct the first time.
If you've got a trail closure due to a washout that permanently closes a trail, or there's legislation that changes something, how do you get the word out?
Typically what we'll do for a book that's been produced and has changes, everything is online on our website to keep it up to date. That way people aren't rebuying books every 2 years to just make sure they have the most new stuff.
So they can go to www.funtrex.com, look for any addendums or updates, and freshen their book that way.
Absolutely, and you'll also find that all the GPS waypoints in the book that we put for critical turns and things like that are downloadable for free on the website.
Okay, that's nice. So they can put that information directly to their use.
Yeah, and what that does is that takes a lot of the work out of trying to plug a number in to make sure you're in the right spot. Now it's on your device and you just know where to go.
Good. Now, I understand you have a new product that puts that data right on a card.
We have data cards right now. These are little micro SD cards that will go in most Garmin GPS devices. They work very well, very simple. You go to search for the trail, click on it, it'll take you to the start of the trail, take you through the trail. These include track logs and waypoints, which is making them very valuable right now because now you're taking a lot of the guesswork out of knowing exactly where you're at while you're on the trail.
Matt, that's been wonderful talking with you today.
You too, Tom.
That is www.funtrex.com for all the greatest and latest information about trails and where to go when you're on them.
We're out here in Hell's Revenge today. We're gonna go have some fun, see what kind of fun and trouble we can get into, see if we can rescue some people. Maybe we can pull somebody up out of some of the hot tub or something.
Right?
Or maybe up through the gates of hell.
There's tons of people out there willing to do crazy stuff.
Seen them go by ahead of us today, okay? So it's gonna be fun. Stay with us, folks. It's gonna be a great day up on Hell's Revenge.
Keep your hands inside. Keep that hand inside.
So where you from there, young man?
From Southern Illinois, lived in Ogden, Utah.
What'd you think of that hole?
It's pretty good.
You got a couple, 3 good saves out of that as it was going over backwards. Pretty quick on that reverse gear.
Yeah, I try to grind it a little bit. My motor's run a little rougher now than it was before.
Yeah. You did great though.
Thank you.
Good and entertaining.
Yep.
We really love it. Now you say you've been in and out of Mickey's hot tub.
Shoot, yeah. Appreciate
Might have been
the
out with a strap and a few friends, but you got out of there with the help of your friends. Heck, you seen me take a strap a little while ago.
Yeah.
You just get on the wrong line, it ain't gonna come out of there.
It works pretty good when you got a lot of people around.
Keep the shiny side up.
Yeah, try to. Thanks,
Take care, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Again, welcome to Moab. Well, Tom, 2 JKs and a couple old boys. We schooled them today, didn't we?
Yeah, kind of looks that way.
I mean, I got stuck once, but it's a tough one. See these boys here? They're stuck. Get ready to pull again.
Yeah, this is what, third one.
Wait a minute. You went up it the first time without any spin.
That's right.
Damn!
This is called the escalator. It's a series of 2 potholes, one after another. But the trick is that each pothole is off center from itself. The tricky part of that is you want to climb this first one off to the side so you're in line for the second one. Normally people climb up this and they go up the first one just head on and then they go, whoa, wait, you need to take that left front tire up out of the rock. The trick there is either the tire comes up or your body goes over. And that's not good. Check this out.
It's a Toyota.
Nice.
Previa.
I like it.
How you guys doing? Y'all like this? Yeah. Gorgeous, huh? Makes it easier to put a new tire on, huh?
Right?
Yeah. Beadlock wheels would have been good. Folks, have a good time when you come to Moab. We hope to see you again someday. And thanks for watching this video.